Receipts up, hype down, let's lock in. Today's video is about making Windows easier. Not prettier, not more complicated, easier. Most people use a PC with the default habits they learned years ago. Click everything, drag every window by hand, retype text from screenshots, search through menus, and fight the same little annoyances every day. Windows already has tools that can remove some of that friction. Keyboard shortcuts can save tiny bits of time hundreds of times. Voice access can help control the PC and author text by voice. Microsoft PowerToys can add serious workflow utilities like window layouts and text extraction. Copilot can answer questions when you cannot remember where a setting lives. The goal is not to memorize everything. The goal is to pick 5 improvements that match your actual day. Subscribe to YouGTP for practical AI and PC guides, and let's make the computer feel less like a maze. Microsoft Support has a long page of Windows keyboard shortcuts, but do not open it and try to memorize the entire thing. That is how productivity advice turns into homework. Start with 5. Windows key opens Start. Windows key plus E opens File Explorer. Alt plus Tab switches apps. Windows key plus D shows the desktop. Windows key plus V opens clipboard history if enabled. Add Control plus Shift plus Escape for Task Manager, and you already have a better daily workflow. The trick is to attach each shortcut to a moment of irritation. If you constantly hunt for File Explorer, learn Windows E. If you copy multiple things, learn clipboard history. If you lose Windows, learn Alt-Tab and Windows D. Shortcuts are not about showing off. They are tiny automations that reduce hand movement and attention switching. Pick the ones that pay rent in your day. Window control is one of the easiest ways to make a PC feel calmer. If your screen is always a pile of overlapping apps, your brain has to keep refinding the work. Use built-in snapping and window shortcuts first. Then, if you need more control, Microsoft PowerToys includes Fancy Zones, a window manager for custom layouts. This is especially useful on ultra-wide monitors, multi-monitor setups, or laptops connected to a big display. The point is to create stable work zones. Browser on the left, notes on the right. Spreadsheet wide, chat narrow. Reference material above, draft below. Once your layout is predictable, you waste less energy arranging the workspace. If you use AI tools while working, give them a consistent place too. A tidy digital desk does not make the work easy, but it removes one layer of friction before the hard thinking starts. Voice access is worth knowing even if you do not think of yourself as an accessibility user. Microsoft Support describes voice access as a way to control your PC and author text with your voice. For some people, that is essential access. For others, it is a productivity option when typing is painful, hands are busy, or a short draft is easier to speak than type. The bigger lesson is that accessibility features often become mainstream productivity features once people understand them. Dictation, captions, magnifier, narrator, focus tools, and voice control all solve real problems. Try voice access in a low-stakes moment first. Do not wait until you urgently need it. Learn how commands work, how correction works, and where it fits. Maybe it becomes part of your workflow. Maybe it is just a backup option. Either way, knowing it exists makes your PC less rigid. One of the most satisfying small upgrades is to stop retyping text from images. Microsoft PowerToys includes Text Extractor, which is designed to copy text from anywhere on the screen. If you deal with screenshots, error messages, receipts, slides, PDFs that do not select cleanly, or images with text, this can save real time. The workflow is simple. Extract the text, paste it into your notes or AI assistant, then ask for explanation, cleanup, or formatting. But verify the result. Optical text extraction can make mistakes, especially with small fonts, blurry screenshots, unusual symbols, or code. Do not send an invoice number, command, or password reset detail without checking it. The tool is not magic. It is leverage. It turns trapped text into editable text, and that opens the door for search, summarization, translation, and troubleshooting. Another PowerToys utility worth knowing is Awake. The idea is simple. Sometimes you want the PC to stay awake for a specific task without permanently changing your power and sleep settings. Maybe you are downloading a large file, rendering a video, copying data, or running a long process. Awake can help with that kind of temporary need. The discipline is to use it intentionally. Turn it on for the job, then return to normal behavior when the job is done. You do not want a laptop staying awake forever in a bag, wasting battery and heat. This is a good example of a tool that is small but practical. It does not make your computer faster. It makes your computer less likely to interrupt a task you deliberately started. That is the kind of PC improvement that actually matters in daily life. Copilot on Windows can be useful as a settings navigator. Sometimes the hardest part of fixing a PC annoyance is not the fix itself. It is finding the right setting. Ask in plain language, where do I change startup apps? How do I check storage? How do I turn on clipboard history? How do I find accessibility voice settings? The assistant can point you in the right direction, but verify what you see on your own screen. Windows changes over time, and settings can differ by edition, region, account type, or device. A good prompt includes your Windows version if you know it, the exact problem, and what you already tried. Also ask for the safe built-in method first. That keeps the answer away from sketchy downloads and risky registry edits. AI is best here as a map, not as an autopilot. The easiest Windows improvements are the ones you make before you are frustrated. Take 5 minutes and set up the machine around your actual day. Pin the apps you use constantly, remove shortcuts you never touch, and decide where new downloads should go. Then choose one keyboard shortcut to practice until it becomes automatic. It could be window snapping, clipboard history, search, screenshots, or switching desktops. Next, use AI as a settings translator. Ask where a setting lives, what the setting changes, and what the safer option is. Then verify inside Windows before changing anything. That last step matters because assistants can be slightly wrong about menus, versions, or hardware-specific options. The best setup is not a complicated customization project. It is a quieter machine with fewer distractions, faster access to common tools, and 1 or 2 shortcuts that save tiny amounts of time all day. Here is one more useful way to think about Windows setup. Reduce one friction point at a time. Do you lose files because downloads pile up? Change the default save habit. Do you resize Windows all day? Practice snapping layouts. Do you keep retyping text from screenshots? Use text extraction. Do you forget why the PC wakes or sleeps? Review power settings. The point is not to turn your computer into a hobby project. The point is to remove the tiny irritations that interrupt real work. AI can help you describe the problem in plain language and suggest the Windows feature that matches it, but built-in tools should usually come first. After you change something, write it down in a simple note. Future you will thank present you when the setting needs to be changed again. Here is the takeaway. Do not try to become a Windows encyclopedia. Pick 5 improvements. 2 keyboard shortcuts, 1 window habit, 1 voice or accessibility feature, and 1 PowerToys utility that solves a real annoyance. That is enough to make the machine feel different. Then use AI as a helper when you forget where something lives, but keep your own judgment in charge. The best PC setup is not the most customized setup. It is the setup that disappears while you work. Less clicking, less retyping, less window chasing, less confusion, more finished tasks. Subscribe to YouGTP for practical AI and PC guides. Like the video if it helped, and comment with the Windows annoyance you want fixed next.